Thank you for holding. I have my supervisor, Celeste, on the phone, and she'll be happy to assist you.
Thank you.
Hi. Thank you so much for your patience. I do appreciate that.
Yes, hello. Okay. Just to let you know, this call is being recorded for my security purposes. I'm just informing you of that ahead of time, as you have the right to record me. Well, we have a fundamental fraud going on. I just woke up to a charge from what appears to be Facebook. It doesn't even look like it's Facebook, but it says Face BK on it, and it's saying that two. Well, okay, it's 1 o'clock my time. So about 3 hours ago, I made a charge on Facebook for $25. I don't see what I bought for $25. It's not possible because I was sleeping this entire time, and I woke up to the charge. I am calling PayPal to say that someone from Face BK 39 YZANE9V2 charged me $25. Who are these people? How did they get my card information? I did not buy anything from Facebook, period. Especially today, because I was sleeping. And the customer rep right there tried to help me, but she cannot help me because she doesn't have the clearance to do this. So now she's telling me the options of what can happen to stop them from charging me. In order for them to stop this charge, which is currently right now, and I'm looking at it, it says transaction pending. So this Facebook Menlo Park, California, does not have my money yet, so it's pending. So I need it to be stopped. I need an investigation to go into effect. She's telling me that in order to stop it, I have to stop my card transaction altogether, which I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. How when I last year I went to Ghana, I had an issue with the airline, which Top Portugal stole my entire flight of like $6,000. When I called in for a dispute while I was in Ghana, I was not told, and they put in an actual dispute. If you look at my account, you see the dispute there. They didn't have to cancel the current card I have to put the dispute. But I'm being told now that in order to put in this dispute, you must stop my card altogether. I leave to go to Ghana literally next week. I live in Jamaica. Like, well, I really go back and forth between Jamaica and the US, but my wife lives in Jamaica, so I live here with her, and I go back and forth in the US to do business and whatever. So she's telling me, cancel this card. A new one will be sent out 7 to 10 business days to my US address, where I can have that either activated by one of my administrators there, or when I go and pick it up, activated. So here's my question, right? Because I'm a YouTuber, I make my money off content creation on YouTube. How do I live between now and then? Number two, I need my car to check in on my flight to go to Ghana next week. Not to mention check into a hotel, not to mention food and transportation when I'm in a completely different country. I will not be able to get the card in time before I leave for Ghana. So I have to cancel this card to stop some Facebook organization from continuously using my card that I did not give it authorization to. That is ridiculous. This is not like some unauthorized entity. Someone who stole my card number is running around in the street with my card, making transaction with my physical card. Someone has my card information. A company has my card information. So you know what the company is. Just like how they knew Top Portugal, the airline, was a company that I paid money to but did not give me my service in my flight. So why can't PayPal do what it did last year, contact Facebook and say, we have to freeze this $25? Fine, freeze it. No one gets it. Neither me or Facebook gets it, but freeze it until an investigation is done to say what charges was made and for what. Even if let's say, oh, Triforce, something happened, blah, 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 whatever the case may be, PayPal, no, Facebook charged you the $25 for this, whatever it was a mistake, but due to this, you did charge it. Okay, so I'll lose the $25. Or if it's an accident on Facebook, Facebook didn't mean to do it, and I'm refunded the $25. But my entire life is based off your card. Like
Okay,
that's how I
sir,
live.
I completely understand that. So let me just make sure I'm on the same page here as you, because I know you had mentioned earlier, right at the beginning of the call,
Mm.
I know you were asleep when this transaction went through, but had you mentioned that you used Facebook to send money to someone, or no? You don't
No,
ever
I
use
don't.
Facebook to
No,
send money.
I use PayPal. You have look at my history. You see, I've had PayPal for almost 2 decades. I don't
Okay.
use
So then
nothing
if that's
else but PayPal.
okay. So then if that's the case, sir, if you've never put your card information on Facebook, that is going to be the biggest reason why we need to close out that card. I wish it was as easy as just being able to stop the transaction entirely, but stopping the transaction isn't something that we're able to do. We merely process transactions. At this point in time, the process that the previous agent was going over with you is going to be the right process that we need to take. If you didn't give Facebook permission to use your card, that would mean the card number is compromised. Even though you may have your physical card, the card number itself was used in this transaction.
So some
With that being the
corporation,
case,
some corporation somehow got a hold of my card number by a transaction I did online. And someone sold it to someone and Facebook got it. And then Facebook now getting my card information made an illegal transaction without my authority. And the only way to stop the criminal activity is to destroy the card or end the card and get me a new one, which will take you almost 2 weeks to get me, and I have to leave out for Ghana in 1 week. Where is the protection here? So then, okay, so let's get
the
past that.
protection is closed. Okay. So the protection is us closing the card so you don't continue to get any more transactions.
From the
This is just one $25 transaction.
yes,
If we keep that card open
mhm,
and you get 5 more $25 transactions,
yeah.
we don't want that to happen. So
Oh,
rather than letting that happen, sir, we're closing the card out entirely so no more new transactions can come through.
okay,
And I understand that you need access to the funds, so let me provide you with your other options on how you can still access that balance
mhm.
even without having a card. That way we're not just focused on things that you're not going to be able to do, we're focusing on things that you are going to be able to do.
So what about my flight? I have to check in with my card. Well, I could check in with my passport. So, but I'll have to. That's crazy. I won't. The problem here is that I leave out for Ghana. This is ridiculous. I leave out for Ghana literally on the 19th. I won't even get the new card in time. Even if we stop this card, it will take too long for the new card to reach me. It has to go. It has to be shipped to it has to literally be shipped to America before it's then shipped to Jamaica. It will never reach me in time. I will be going to Ghana. I will literally be getting paid through my PayPal account. I get paid through my sponsors. I get paid through my donors, through my PayPal account. I will not be able to access. I can't walk into a hotel and say, here's my PayPal information. They're going to want a card. So I can't check into my hotel. I can't go to an ATM and pull out CDs from Ghana and use it as money to buy food and take taxis to where I need to go. I'll literally be stranded.
Do you have access to another card with a bank or no?
No, I literally stopped the banks because of this exact situation. Banks sold people's information to big corporations. That's why there was so many bank frauds. The same problem. I was like, is there any other secure option? Someone said, why don't you take PayPal? It's not a bank. I've been with PayPal. I've never had these problems. 20 years. I'm like, I refer people to PayPal for this reason.
So then,
PayPal is the secure, safest options. I've been with them 20 years. No problems. I can't deal with the bank because they're selling the information. Now they're selling people's information on
okay.
PayPal.
So then let's do this. Again, let's look at things that we can still try doing so that we can leave you with other options, okay? Now, a question.
Hmm.
Am I able to call you back on one of these mobile numbers you have on file? The one that I have ends in 0192.
That's the Ohio office.
That's Ohio.
You'll get Mr. Rogers there. You won't be able to get me. I'm literally calling you from Skype from Jamaica.
Okay, then let me do this instead. Do you have access to try going to an ATM after me and you are off the phone
Pull
to
it.
at least withdraw what you have in your PayPal balance, which is about $220?
Hmm.
Would you have the ability to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So then let's try this. At the end of the day, I still have to close out the card. I know it's not a good option, but I still have to do that.
You
But
cannot,
what we could try doing,
Miss. I have a family here. I have my fiance, her two brothers, and her mother. You cannot close out the account. If you close out the account, you trap us from having any access to money to live for the next week. We will literally be living off of just that for an entire week. There is no way we can live off of that for an entire week. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Rent needs to be paid. Still need to we'll be able to buy food for a couple of days and we'll be able to eat, but we will not be able to live until 10 to 15 days. Then I have to go and check in to go to Ghana. When I leave and land in Ghana, I will literally be doomed.
okay, and I don't want to have to leave you in these circumstances,
And
but
that's
ultimately,
that's
if we keep your card open,
they can
we're then having that ability of having all new transactions coming through. So it's not just a $25 transaction. You can then be potentially compromised with even more, and I don't want you to have to deal
and
with
that
that.
is and
I
that is and this is the and this right here is the fundamental principle. I can't say, all right, they stole $25 from me, let them have it. Please stop them from using my card to do any transactions. Your answer is we
And in
can't.
order for us to do that,
You have to
it's
stop the card.
closing out the card
That's
entirely.
that is literal madness. You can't call Facebook and say, "Excuse me, the
No.
card holder does not want you to make any other transactions from this card." So that means if anyone else is in my situation, they literally have to end the card. You can't stop the other company from taking it. So I get the new card. Watch this now. This is what I told the customer service. I get the new card. Once I use that card on any online transaction in the world by any company, they sell my information again to some company. The information eventually reaches back to PayPal. PayPal can then take that new card information that I just have, make another transaction, and to stop them, I have to call you and end that card again and do it again. There's no way to stop another company preemptively from actually, whether they have my information or not, from using my information. Do you not see the fraud in this? Literally, your policy is actually feeding into the corruption of companies stealing information. That's why they can steal the information, because you can't stop them even if they have it.
And sir, look at it this way. If everybody had the ability to do that, nobody in this world, no single bank account would ever have fraud going through it. That would be a perfect world we live in, and I would love to live in that world,
But
because trust me,
but
it
it's
doesn't make me happy having to listen to customers go through hard times when their information gets compromised. I don't like having to do that, and I don't like having to close out cards, but that's the world we live in, where people are online and make fraudulent transactions on unassuming customers. I don't like having to give them this bad news, but it's something that I have to do because fraud can't be stopped preemptively. Unfortunately, the world we live in, fraud happens day in and day out, but that's why we have measures in place to stop it from continuing to happen, at least on this card, and to help protect you by closing out the
I
card and keeping your funds safe.
I get
So
that.
again,
I
I
get
understand where you are coming from, but we need to get to our resolution here so that we can either help you get the money right now, or we close out the card right now, but we need to get to some sort of resolution, and I'm trying to work with you here and give you a compromise by letting you get out at least what you have in your balance right now.
if I
But
get
we need to get to that point so that we can get to our
uh,
resolution,
all right.
okay?
The thing here you're not understanding is that your resolution puts me in a worse situation. Unless you can get me that card to Jamaica in 3 days, like by Monday, it can be, I can give you the Jamaica address and you ship me the card to Jamaica, express whatever, and I can close out the account and pull the money out of the account, close out the card, and get the new card. You are literally telling me I have to starve for 5 weeks because that's the only time I will be able to get the card. And
Not to tell you that, but at this point in time, we know that we cannot send that card to Jamaica. That card has to go to that U.S. address,
so then
and from there it then has to be shipped off. And
that,
I can't expedite the card to get to your address in the U.S. by Monday. I can't do that, and I'm not going to be able to guarantee that because it's not an option.
and so now
That's why I want to help you focus on what we can.
but miss, I want you
have as options.
I want you to understand something. I'm catched in a catch 22. You're not giving, there is no resolution. What I'm trying to show, because I've already made up my mind, because you don't understand the situation I'm going to be in. What you're trying to do is find a resolution for PayPal's point of view, but there's no resolution for your customer. As your customer and
Correct.
account holder,
But
there
we would
isn't a
rather-
resolution. What do you mean without? But
Sir,
miss,
we would rather stop this from happening in the future and fix this now than forcing more transactions to come through from an authorized transaction.
But miss,
sir.
what I'm
we would rather help you save money in the long run.
you're-
And I
it's
understand
not-
it doesn't sound like a resolution to you.
No, no.
You don't have access to
No,
your
no,
card,
you're not.
but it's the best resolution we
It's
have.
no, it's the best resolution for PayPal. If I go through this, the PayPal resolves the problem it has by following its policies and following its procedures and its protocol. But then I am now put in a position where I must cancel my business trip to Ghana. I can't go to Ghana now, because if I go to Ghana, I will have no way to live. I'm talking about the human side to this. You don't have a resolution to the human side. So in order for me to, it's either solve this professionally, die as a human, or live as a human and allow them to rob me. Obviously, the second option is the only option, because I cannot die. The solution you're giving me is, in order for us to stop them from taking more money from you, and we want you to save your money, we need you not to be able to use your account, your card. You will not be able to feed yourself. You will not be able to go on the business trip. You will not be able to use any money that comes into you to help you maintain your business or your personal life. So to stop them from stealing any more money from me, that's not an option. The only other option is keep the card open. Let's hope to God that they don't steal any more money from me between now and when I get back from Ghana, to then cancel the card, and then if whatever they steal, and then that's it. I can't even preemptively stall the account until I get time to come back. There's no way for you to freeze or stop them. Nothing. I just have to let them steal it. If I want to live, it's let them steal it if you want to live, or die and then they can't steal it. Now it sounds extreme, but I'm being realistic. You can't get the card to me in time. You said it yourself. You can't expedite the card, even if you got it to, let's say you got it to the US, 7 to 10 business days. So tomorrow won't count. Sunday won't count. The following Sunday and Saturday won't count. So literally 7 days. I leave on the 19th. 7 to 10 business days. It'll reach the US. Let's say, hope to God it reaches to the US this Friday coming up next week. Then it needs to get out of the US and get to me before I board my flight for Ghana. Now, if I stay and miss my flight, then I miss my job. I have 3 major corporate companies that I'm working with on what I'm trying to do to go back to Ghana to bring STEM education to the Ministry of Education in Ghana and bring esports to Ghana. This is what I'm going for. I have to stop that because I want to stop some fake PayPal company from taking money from me. And there's no way to even say, we're going to put this on an indefinite hold. We have to hold this company off until he gets back from Ghana. No, you have to change your card, sir. But we can't get the card to you in time, so you probably won't have a card when you're out there. Then what do I do? Oh, and then if I stop this card, let's say my payment comes in before I leave from Ghana, I can't even pull out the money in Jamaican money and take with me in cash. Why? Because I just stopped the old card. Do you see? This is literal fraud. And the whole system, the reason why this fraud exists is not you. I'm not blaming you as a person. This fraud exists because the corporation allow it. Your policy feeds the fraud. It feeds it. It isn't us, the little people out here stealing credit cards. We're not the problem. We're literally the amount of cards stolen and used by an actual petty theft criminal in the street is literally nothing to the billions stolen from corporations. That's why Zuckerberg is in the problem he's in right now with the US government, because he was selling people's information. It's the corporations doing it. And the banks and the SCOs and the FDCI and all of these people who create these loose end policies and loopholes for them to do it. And all you can say is the only thing we can do to stop these guys from stealing your making illegal transactions is to change your card number. But then when I use the card online again, someone will just sell a new number to the new company and they'll do it again. Yes, that's true. It's unfortunate that's the way it is, but there's nothing we can do about it. Yes, you can. You can literally say, did you make this illegal transaction? Yes, we're going to sue the corporation. Oh, but that's the problem. Big corporations can't be sued because they pay lobbyists and they also pay a lot of money to the governments and blah, blah. You can't do that. So they're immune from the theft. They can literally commit the crime. If I'm a petty guy, so what? This petty theft guy, he's probably poor. He doesn't pay taxes anyway. That's why he's stealing. So we can put him in jail. But you can't put Zuckerberg and all of these big guys are selling our information in the billions. They're literally doing illegal business in the billions. They don't go to prison. Some guy who stole a person's credit card for $50 and made a purchase to probably buy food, shoes, or something like that goes to jail for fraud. And it's federal, so they do this big time stuff. But the big time criminals are stealing billions. You see the problem here? So I'm not blaming you, miss.
But if we had any sort of resolution, trust me, we would be going over that. I would give you those resolutions. But at this point in time, that's bigger than what we're going through right now at this point, and it's beyond me.
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
I'm as much as possible.
No,
so
but
why don't we focus
because miss,
on exactly what's happening with your PayPal account so we can get that resolved?
Miss,
I understand it's not a resolution that works for you, but we at least need to make some sort of choice and some sort of action right now.
I already told you I made my choice. The options you gave me, I cannot pick those options. I can't live. But
I need a choice.
A what?
Ultimately, I need a choice for something for us to do, because right now you're reporting transactions as unauthorized. We need to close out that card.
No.
I'm trying to give you an option for you to at least get this $200 out right now, and I follow up on this within the next hour so that I can file the case for you on this transaction.
Miss, did you not? Miss, did you not hear what I said? If I do the option you're telling me,
I did hear everything that you said.
Then you know that I can't.
I need you to understand where I'm coming from.
I know where you're coming from. You can't
have any other choice.
I know, and because I have no other choice, I have to leave the account open so they can rob me. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. The choice was already made. I can't close the account. If I close the account, I cannot feed my family and do my business. I just told you that.
And I understand, but what I'm letting you know is that ultimately you're reporting something as unauthorized. We now need to close that out.
No, we can't, because I have...
Whether it's closing it right now or letting you take out the $200
No.
closing it in an hour, we have to close that out.
You cannot... No, I'm not giving you no... I'm giving you no permission to close my account. I'm telling you, leave my account alone. I need to live. You close...
Leave the account alone. It's the physical card that we need to close.
No, I need the card. Miss, I need my card or I cannot live. You closing my card is... I told you, I'm recording you. You closing my card... okay, and I'm telling you, I do...
The call is being recorded as well.
Yes, and...
What I'm trying to get across is that I understand completely where you're coming from. I understand that you need access to the card, but at the end of the day, when you report something as unauthorized, we are then required to make sure we do take the right actions. And the right actions right now at this point...
That isn't the right action. No, miss, well, okay, wait, stop for a second. That's not the right action. That's policy. That's not the right action. You're not looking at me as a human being. I'm telling you, if you close my card, you affect me on a human level. You're telling me about the right action. No, that's policy. I need to live. Okay, you know something? Forget the entire. Okay, hold on. Time. Hold on. No, don't rephrase it. 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 You know something? It's an accident. I forgot. I made a purchase on Facebook. This is not an unauthorized transaction. This is a transaction that Facebook made, that I made that I actually forgot, and it just came to my mind right now. So I apologize for calling you with this misinformation, this hysteria. This was an accident made on my part. Thank you for your time. So don't worry about it. It's not an issue. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. And so I apologize for wasting your time with this. But like I said, this is PayPal or this FB, whatever company, did not take out the money on accident. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you
Sorry,
very
just
much.
hope the rest of your day goes smoothly.
Okay. Thank you very much. PayPal is I got an unauthorized transaction from some fake company called FaceBK. Someone charged my card $25. I'm calling PayPal to ask PayPal to stop the people from actually this is I'm uploading this to YouTube because I'm gonna show you how the fraud works. Someone gets my card information that I don't put in. I actually don't put in the card information. They get my information, right? Make a transaction online. I call PayPal and say, hey, someone made a $25 transaction on my account and this is pending. Please stop it. I didn't make a transaction. They said that they have to terminate the card, the physical card. They have to terminate it in order to stop them to open up a dispute. I'm like, why do you have to terminate the card to stop them? Why can't you just say an unauthorized transaction was made? Because they need to stop them so they don't use the card again. So I said, okay, can I put a permanent stop that company can no longer make any transactions from this card? So whether it's me trying to put in the card information and make the purchase, or it's them who have it and they're illegally doing it, this card information will not work for Facebook. Banks used to be able to do that. They're saying they can't do that. The only way they can stop the transaction is as such. I explained it to the lady. If you stop the transaction and I pull out the money that I have in my account, the money that I have remaining in my account will not be enough for me to survive the remaining time before I leave for Ghana, nor can I go to Ghana.
What she's saying, why you apologize and say, is you, are you make the transaction?
Because after I told her this, because I'm reporting that's a false transaction, whether I like it or not, she has to stop the card. So say, if you stop the card, I'm like, if you stop the card, I can't eat. I can't feed my family. What is wrong with you? But mister, we have to make the right choice. This is not a right choice, it's a policy. You're literally telling me I have to die. Stay over there.
I know.
Oh.
Go back on it and
No, they can't. I literally told her I had to literally say the transaction. I have to accept the transaction now. I can't make a complaint. I have to accept the transaction now. No, I'm uploading this to YouTube. After I just told that lady the transaction, I told her I forgot. I made a transaction. I have to take the $25 loss. If I don't take the $25 loss, we cannot live.